And how much does alcohol affect heart disease?
So obviously this has been a hotly debated topic that, when we start talking about nutrition or alcohol, it rivals religious conversations with many people with the emotional embodiment of how people step into this.
But just on the data alone,
But
not
let's talk
culturally
about
or society.
let's talk about what happens when you drink. Okay, alcohol is broken down into two things: acetaldehyde and acetate. Not to give you a bunch of chemical names, but acetaldehyde is what makes you feel good when you're drinking, if you find that to be good. It's also what's toxic to every single cell in your body.
So poison.
100%. And that is an undeniable fact. And acetate is basically empty calories. If you don't burn the acetate, you're going to turn that into fat, essentially. So those are the two major components. So when we look at this from a stepwise fashion, number one, it's directly toxic to cells. Number two, additional acetate goes to fat. Where does that fat go? It's visceral fat, abdominal fat, driving this engine. Not to mention the fallout is, typically speaking, when you're taking in extra calories, when you're drinking, you're not mindful of what you're putting in your mouth. We've all been guilty of such, so your overconsumption then becomes more of an issue. So there's a lot of ramifications to alcohol. But in the end, alcohol is a personal choice. Of recent, even moderate alcohol use has really been questioned. And I think that data is going to come out very strong in the next 2 to 3 years. Personally, I think alcohol is going to be the new cigarettes in the next 5 to 10 years. I think there's going to be warning labels on alcohol very similar to cigarettes.
Gosh, I hope so. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people in business who run alcohol businesses or restaurants that probably don't like me saying that, but I just don't know the benefit. There's got to be another way to sell product that people can enjoy that doesn't hurt them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's got to be something else like that society can come up with. I've never been drunk in my life, so I've never known what that feeling is. I've had sips of alcohol, but I've never had a full beer. I've never had a glass of wine. I have only had one sip of wine one time. It was with Gary Vaynerchuk because I told him I'd do it 10 years ago. And I was like, this is the one and only time I'm doing this. And I've never been drunk. And I don't feel like I'm missing out because I know what it does to the body. I know how it impacts the mind and how being around people who are extremely drunk is different than being around people that just drink a little bit. But when you're around really drunk people and you're not drunk, it's not enjoyable. It's different if it's like I'm having a glass or two. It's like, cool, I can be around that. It's fine. But it's like if you're just unable to think clearly, we're not having fun.
Yeah.
And you don't look like your body is having fun the next couple of days either. So how is there a benefit to this? I get it culturally, religiously, for some religions, societally, there's benefit for bringing people together, but you can come together and play board games. You can come together and have fun and talk and open up vulnerability versus needing the courage of alcohol to start sharing the truth, knowing that the damages are way stronger. Now, I might die of some random thing and be like, oh, you died of this, you could have been drinking your whole life and whatever, but I just don't think there's benefit to it personally.